And good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of New York Giants football talk. Wait a minute. I mean the K&K Sports Show. It is just me and Paul on screen right now. It's a special Tuesday night show, but it's the K&K Sports Show. With us tonight, I'll go to Paul. He's with me tonight. Kurt will be a little late. Carson has his bowling league on Tuesday. We got good reason to be on a Tuesday night instead of Wednesday. But Paul, how are you doing? Coming off a little mini vacation, mini trip, well deserved for you and your lovely wife, Luby. So how was your little mini vacation?
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Kenny. Good evening, Graham. Always great to be here. Yeah, we're back on Tuesday nights. As Kenny said, we have a fantastic reason. Those of you who are basketball fans, and I'm not talking to you, Eddie Murphy, our New York Knickerbockers came back and destroyed the Celtics last night, and now we own a 3-1 lead in the series. We were down in Atlantic City for a few days, celebrating Mother's Day weekend, a long weekend. I watched the game with a lot of Knicks fans down in one of the Borgata Hotel bars, and it was an unbelievable experience. Perfect weekend to get away. And listen, I can only say I think we're going to win. I'm not sure. Boston may have one game left back up in Boston, but I do want to say this. As much as I think every Knicks fan wants to win, I want to win against the best. And I have to say that I feel horrible for Jason Tatum. I wish he was still playing. He was having arguably the game of his career in the playoffs before he got injured. And as it turns out, of course, he suffered a unbelievably bad Achilles injury that now he will be out, not just obviously the rest of the series and postseason, but maybe all of next year. So we wish him the best. But as far as the Knicks are concerned, this is a situation where they have to take advantage of it. If not tomorrow night, certainly when the sixth game, if there is one, comes back to the Garden. So great, unbelievable team effort yesterday at Madison Square Garden, and we're looking forward to close this out.
Yeah, and I agree and disagree with you, Paul, because Kurt would get on me again if I said something different. I hate to see Jason Tatum injury. I like Jason Tatum, the player, but we've dealt with this year after year after year with injuries, and teams have beaten us at half strength. So you know what? We beat them 3 times with Jason Tatum in the lineup. So I kind of want to hear any Celtic fans complain that Jason Tatum's out with an injury. We wish him the best, obviously, speedy recovery. That is going to be about a year recover, and you hate to see a star go down, and he is a star in my opinion. Mm-hmm. But backstage joining us is our backstage manager, stage producer back there, Graham. How you doing? Crazy weather out there where you are up in Canada, so please share us what's going on up there in Canada.
Yeah, it's the mid 90s, in the mid 90s today, and there's expected to be snow on Saturday.
May 13th. We're in the middle of May, and we're talking snow after a mid 90s day. That is insane.
And, all I can say is, whoa, Canada.
And I forget the movie with Dennis Quaid and Ryan Gyllenhaal, I think his name, if I'm saying his name right. It was the
Jake
weather
Gyllenhaal?
movie. Jake Gyllenhaal. It was the movie about the weather, the extreme weather. It was like a perfect storm. I don't know if anybody's seen that movie, but it was like extreme, like, yeah, look it up, Graham. That's what you're going through in Canada. So it reminded me of that. I'll get the name of the movie. But our good friend Keith Brugman, lead host and my co-host on Denver Bronco Roundup. We have a show 9:30 Eastern time. Come hang out with us over there, Denver Bronco Roundup. Be talking some Bronco football tonight, some schedule thoughts on the schedule release tomorrow, some winners and losers. So be a fun show. Come check us out, 9:30 Eastern time. He's saying it's the K&P Sports Show. Good evening, Kenny and Paul. Good evening,
Hey,
Keith. How
Keith.
are you doing? Hope
We
all
need
is
we
well
need
your way.
his K, so it'll be K and P.
Yeah. And you know what, Graham? Keith's not too far from you. He's up there in Montana. So I
Montana,
wonder,
yeah.
curious how his weather is going to be close to you. If, further south, does he expected snow too? Keith is saying Tatum will be back. Kobe came back multiple times and was great. Best wishes to Tatum. Another guy, more recent, and yeah, rest in peace, Kobe. That's well said, Keith. Kevin Durant, when he was playing with the Warriors, tore his Achilles. So more recent player that came back, but I think he'll be back too. We'll get into some basketball in a little bit. Again, we're expecting Kurt soon. Carson has the night off. He's got a bowling league. He has to get a 250 or better. I didn't put the pressure on him for a 300, Paul. Graham,
Yeah.
I gave him a 250 or better. If he was going to miss K&K tonight, he's got to give me a 250 or better in one of his matches. So good luck,
Okay.
good luck, Carson. Hope you're doing well in your bowling league. Montana, 40s and lots of rain today. It seems like everybody's getting rain but Graham. We got 60s and rain. Paul has 60s and rain. And Graham's got mid-90s and snow possibly in a couple of days. Unbelievable. But we're going to start the show off. I got a couple quick hitters for everybody. Keith's in the audience. Some people give him some time to come in. It's a special Tuesday night show. We got some updated series NHL predictions. So simple, Paul. And then I got another quick hitter after that in a different sport. Atlantic Division, Paul. We got a good one. Graham, backstage. Please answer. Keith. Got the Toronto Maple Leafs, the 1 seed in the Atlantic Division versus the 3 seed and last year's Stanley Cup champions, the Florida Panthers. Series is tied at 2-2. The Panthers won. I'm sorry, I don't have this written down here. I apologize. Oh, games 1 and 2, the Leafs won. I do have it written down. I can't read my handwriting. In games 3 and 4, the Panthers won. Going back to Toronto now, Paul. Each team has won their home game. Mm-hmm. Updated prediction. Who are you taking in this series?
I'm going to still stick with the Panthers. They're defending champions. I love the way their style of play. I know Toronto was number 1 seed, but it just seems like Toronto always messes up somewhere along the line. So I think Panthers are going to go up there, get the first road win, and then come back and win in Florida.
Good friend Mark Calderio saying good evening on my end over
Hey, Mark.
here. Good evening, Mark. Mark, football question, since in case you're not here the whole time. You're a Giants fan. We didn't do a Giants show yesterday. Who do you want to see in week 1, Mark? Give me that in the chat, and I'll announce it, and we'll do ours later, Paul. That's a little football question I got for everybody later. Keith's taking the Leafs, and Graham is going Toronto chokes in big moments. Give me Panthers every time. I hope we don't put the jinx on the Panthers. I do like the Panthers. I respect their goalie. I like the hockey that they play. I enjoyed watching them last year in the Stanley Cup Finals against Edmonton. I'm going Panthers in 7. I think this could be the series, Graham, Keith, Paul, everybody else. This could be the series that goes the distance and is going to be a dogfight to the end. So, Keith's going Leafs. So, I'm sorry. So, we're not putting the jinx on Florida. Keith went with the Leafs. So, all right, we're going to move on, Paul. We got the next one is the Metro Division. My neck of the woods, the Washington Capitals, Alexander Ovechkin in a big hole. Carolina Hurricanes. By the way, Capitals are the 1 seed in the Metro and Hurricanes the 2 seed. Hurricanes are up 3-1. Mm-hmm. Hurricanes won games 1, 3, and 4. Capitals won game 2. Updated prediction, Paul. Who are you going with?
I was going with the Ovechkins, so I might as well stick with them. So I mean, a lot of hockey teams come back from a 3-1 deficit. It happens. Seems like almost every other year or so. So I'm still going to stick with them. I'm going to go. They're going to come back and win the series in 7 games.
There's our good friend Clayton saying, hey, guys, and smash that like button and share. we got to get him for the voiceover. I'm telling you, I love that saying that he always says. And appreciate you coming in, Clayton, and hanging out with us. We got a little of everything tonight. We got NHL right now, some NBA, and some NFL tonight. So Graham's saying the Caps are going to come back. Mark misunderstood. Who do you want to play in week 1, Mark? Team. He's saying he thinks Wilson's going to be the week 1 starter. I do agree with that. What team do you want to play in week 1? Keith's saying, got to go with the Canes at this point, bandwagon. I'm going to go with the Capitals. Maybe being a homer here in Maryland, it's the one DC team I do root for. And I'd like to see Alexander Ovechkin continue on. So 3-1 in hockey. I've seen comebacks before. Hey, the Oilers almost came back in a 7-game series in the Stanley Cup last year, right, Graham? So it happens, so I could see 3-1 with the captain like Ovechkin, 1 game at a time, win game 5, then come back for game 6, and then go win game 7. So let's go Caps. 2 more, Paul. Central Division, Graham's neck of the woods. Winnipeg Jets, the 1 seed, versus the Stars, the 2 seed. Game 4 is tonight. Stars are up 2-1, Paul. Stars took game 1 and 3, and Jets took game 2. So back and forth. Who are you going with here?
I have the Jets going all the way and being the first Canadian team to win the Stanley Cup in, 30 years? So I'm going to go with the Jets.
I'm going to go with the Stars. I think they got that winning mentality in the playoffs. I got to disagree with my co-host here. And I'm going to go in 6. I don't know if I feel this Winnipeg team. I don't know. Graham's saying Stars are going to take this. Rantanen has been on fire. And I'm with Graham. I'm going Stars. Mark saying Denver. Good pick there, Mark. Good pick. Pacific Division, our last one. Mark saying Dallas in 6. I'm with Mark. Edmonton Oilers, the 3 seed, is up on the Knights, the 1 seed. And the 3 games to 1. Oilers took games 1 and 2 on the road. In game 4, the Knights took game 3. Updated prediction, Paul. Where you going?
I'm going with the Oilers. I think they're going to close them out.
Yep. Back to the Jets for Keith. And I know he's talking about the Winnipeg Jets.
Yeah.
Because they do that in football. Jets, Jets. I know he ain't going to be saying that in London this year. We got a little spoiler there for a little updated, early release there. Be talking about that later on again on Denver Bronco Roundup. Keith's saying Oilers, let's go. Oilers were my Stanley Cup representative in the Western Division. And Graham's saying Oilers are dangerous, going with them. Connor McDavid, best player in hockey, in my opinion. They were in the finals last year. I think they're going back. I think they're going to take this in 6. I think the Knights have enough of a veteran team and enough of a solid team to win 1 more. But I think the Oilers are going to take it in 6. And Graham's saying another Oilers and Panthers would be epic. I would like to see Oilers Capitals. Because then I could think about seriously going to a game, taking my friend who's an Oiler fan, who's getting married in October, and I can have a little present for him. We can go to maybe an Oilers Capitals game. Let's make that happen. Let's go Capitals. Keith wants as many Canadian teams as possible. Get them all in. That'd be fun. That'd be a lot of fun. Anything else? Hockey, Graham, Paul. Vegas in 7 from Mark. If not, I got one more quick hitter before we get on to the main part of the show.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Just announced a few hours ago, Paul, Graham, Keith, Mark, Pete Rose, and Shoeless Joe Jackson. Manfred has lifted the ban on them and they are now eligible for the Hall of Fame. Do you like that both of them are now eligible, Paul? Would you rather see only one of them be eligible? Neither. We all know Pete Rose, when he was a manager, gambled. Shoeless Joe Jackson, go watch 8 Men Out, the 1917 White Sox. They fixed the World Series, but both had Hall of Fame careers, are now eligible for the Hall of Fame, Paul. Do you like it? Do you not like it?
I'm a purist when it comes to things like that. But listen, if at this point they've made a determination, and I will say this, I know whether this was an influence or not. A few weeks ago, Rob Manfred met with President Trump. Whether that means anything or not, whether he was able to convince him to maybe make a change and for the better of baseball, I don't know. Maybe it'll come out at this point. But if they do decide to vote the two of them in, which they probably, on the merits of what they've done in their careers, they deserve it. I wonder how that's going to impact also not just them, but also the steroid guys, and we all know who they are. I don't have to list all the people, the Bonds, the Clemens, the Manny Ramirez, the Sosas. So I wonder how that may impact at maybe not this point, but somewhere down the line as well. So listen, uh, for better or for worse, Pete Rose unfortunately passed away, so he couldn't enjoy it, so to speak. But perhaps his family will be able to now.
Yeah, and our good friend Patrick Wiltsey's saying he's in this halfway through his 72 hole challenge, Paul. Why don't you say a couple things about Lion Coffee? I'm always on here bragging about it, but why don't you give them a nice little shout out?
Oh, it's fantastic, Patrick. We love you. It's one of the best coffees, if not the best coffee I've ever had in my life, and it's always delicious. We thank you so much for being a part of our show, and we love having you be an avid listener.
And Patrick, is this the challenge? For the cause for the military. If you're out there, I was trying to look for it, Patrick. Please, if you're out there, type it in the chat, and we can give you the rightful plug out there for what you're doing for a great cause. He is saying go Nuggets, but yeah, if this is the challenge, please, if you're out there listening, if you don't mind typing it in. I was trying to find the exact cause that you're doing, and it's awesome that you're doing it. It's for the military, and I just don't want to mess it up if he's out there listening. And if not, I'll try and find it and announce it. Keith saying, what a disgrace. 1 year earlier, Pete Rose would have been alive. If I were a family member, I'd boycott the induction. No fame for Pete. We did say, oh, there it is. Absolutely. There it is, Patrick. Yes. And yes, it's Stop Military Suicide. It's the Facebook page. And, great cause, Patrick. Aloha, my friend. Good luck on finishing that second half of that challenge. Great cause. And go check out Stop Military Suicide if you want to make a donation on there. It's a great cause. And, thank you to all our military for what you do for all of us, all branches.
Thanks for your service, everyone.
Yes. I agree with Keith, and I said this, Paul. Pete Rose was going to probably get in, unfortunately, when he passed away. Of course, Shoeless Jackson passed away many years ago. But Pete Rose, they kept boycotting him. The Pete Rose, the player, deserved to be in the Hall of Fame. What he did as a manager, that's unacceptable. But it was during the time he I don't even want to go back to the gambling. I want to go back to the player. The player deserved to be in the Hall of Fame. Shoeless Jackson, wasn't around to see him, but I only learned about him through movies and through some baseball historic sites. Heck of a career. From what I understood, the owner of the White Sox at the time was a terrible owner and was very, very cheap. And of course, I'm not condoning what they did was right, but these guys, maybe Pete Rose more than Shoeless Jackson, deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. Shoeless cheated, and fixed games. Pete just gambled on his team. So there's a big difference there. So I would say Pete deserves it. Shoeless, I could see maybe not getting in. That's my opinion on it. Patrick saying Rose should have been in on player stats alone. I agree, Patrick. I agree. Mark saying both guys should be in. And Eddie Murphy's saying Eddie Murphy's a Brooklyn Net fan, so he's disgruntled. Paul Graham. NBA lottery is rigged. That is all. For those who don't know, the Nets got the 8th pick in the draft with 25.
Eddie, I picked the Nets to win the first pick, but what do I know?
Eddie's saying, Paul, did you watch Shoeless?
Jeez. Oh man, no, I just watched Babe Ruth.
So, all right, moving on. Anything else baseball related, quick hitter related?
No.
All right. Mark saying Jackson couldn't read or write, and then, yeah, he had to put an X by his name, So, going to move on to some NBA. Same style, We're still waiting for Kurt. He's a little busy, and we'll see him soon. Do some NBA playoffs and predictions as well, just like we did NHL. So, Paul, NBA, we'll start with the Pacers Cavaliers. The Pacers, the 4 seed, is surprisingly up 3-1 on the Cavaliers. The best record in the NBA regular season means nothing. Pacers go and win game 1, game 2, and game 4. The Cavaliers did get game 3. Where are you going in this series? Updated prediction.
I've got to go with the Pacers. I mean, the Cavaliers have had numerous injuries. I know Donovan Mitchell injured himself the other day. I'm not sure if he's playing tonight, but the fact that they're up 3-1, I can't see them, even if the Cavaliers should get another game, I can't see the Pacers losing at home. So I'm going to go with the Pacers. I think they're going to get to the finals in the East Conference again.
Keith's going with the Pacers. Trevor's saying, "What's up, boys? Great to see
Trevor.
you both." Another one of my co-hosts on Denver Bronco Roundup. Trevor, off season, you'll see Trevor mostly on Fridays. When the regular season comes up, he'll be on post-game show and hopefully some Tuesdays too. Keith's saying the Knicks don't want the Pacers. Well, Mr. Valenti texted me. He'll be on in about 10 minutes, Keith. Save that comment. I'm going to save that comment. Graham, we're going to put that comment up when Kurt comes on, because if it is Knicks Pacers, you will see an epic must-watch freezer show from Mr. Valenti. If it's Knicks Pacers, it'll be must-watch. I'm telling you that right now, Keith.
Well, let me just say this. If it is, paybacks are you know what. So I think the Knicks want the Pacers.
Yeah. I'm going to go Pacers in 6. I can't see the Cavaliers falling, in 5. I'm going to give them one more game, but I am going to take the Pacers in 6. Since Patrick's on the golf course, Paul, I'm going to skip right to the Thunder Nuggets, and we got Keith and Trevor in there.
Okay.
Patrick's saying Nuggets are really fun to watch. Go Knicks. Great to see the mighty Celtics humbled. Love it, Patrick. It's fun being a Knicks fan right now and watching us come back in 3 games the way we did. And, we're just 1 game away from getting to the next round. So let's go. I know Patrick's a Nugget fan, so let's go to that series. Trevor's here. 2-2, Paul. The Thunder, the 1 seed. The Nuggets, the 4 seed. Back and forth. The Nuggets took games 1 and 3. Thunder took games 2 and 4. So they're winning back and forth. And game 5 is back at Oklahoma City. Pivotal game here. Updated prediction. Where are you headed?
I like Denver, but I think it's going to go. Actually, I like the Thunder. I picked them to actually go to the finals. I might as well continue with them, but I think it's going to go a full 7 games. I think this is maybe arguably the best series in the whole semifinal round. I think it's 2 strong teams. Denver has hit their stride after the coaching change at the end of the year, and they're playing well. But I think it'll be a full 7-game series, but I think the Thunder's going to win in the 7th game.
Yeah, and Patrick, Trevor, Keith saying Nuggets will take a road game and get it in 7. I couldn't agree more with Keith. I think I'm going that way too, Keith. I'm going Nuggets in 7. I think it's going to go back and forth. I think Thunder get game 5. Nuggets get game 6. Best thing in sports is a game 7. And you fellas are going to get it and get to experience a true playoff atmosphere. And your stars come out in big games. And I know SGA is going to be tough, but you got Jokic and Murray's going to be the key in game 7. So I think the Nuggets got the experience for a game 7. So give me the Nuggets in 7. Patrick saying Nuggets have only lost 1 series after going up 2-1 in a series. Nice stat there, Patrick. Thank you for that.
Interesting.
I do like the Nuggets in 7. That'd be fun to watch a game 7. So good luck to Denver. Let's get one step closer to a Knicks Nuggets final. Let's go, fellas, and ladies out there as well. Trevor saying Nuggets blew their shot on Sunday at home. They should have won game 4. Jokic is struggling in the series. And Graham, I'm going to get to the Minnesota series now, so we'll get Trevor's earlier comment in a second. We got the T-Wolves, the 6th seed, and the Warriors, the 7th seed. I thought this was going to be a Warriors Cinderella story. Curry ends up getting hurt. They're struggling a little bit now, Paul.
Yeah.
T-Wolves are up 3-1. The Warriors took game 1, but the Wolves took 2, 3, and 4. Which way are you heading here in your updated prediction?
I mean, I would never expect to say something like this, but I think the Timberwolves. And the other thing I want to say is I would never expect to say Julius Randle is having a pretty good playoff. He had a triple-double the other night. And Anthony Edwards is, arguably one of the stars of the playoffs so far this season. So I think the Warriors have a lot of pride. They've had too many players, even with Steph Curry out. They've had too many players that have been there, done that before. So I think they'll win one more game, but I think Minnesota is going to close them out.
Yeah, I'm going to get to Trevor's comment. He's saying the Nuggets and Thunder are starting to wear down, and the series could go 6 or 7. But before that, I'm sorry, Graham, I skipped ahead. I wanted to get his Minnesota could be on the way to the finals. So he likes Minnesota as well. I think Minnesota takes it in the next game. I think they got the momentum going now, and a nice sleeper team there. And DiVincenzo and Julius Randle, you guys were Knicks. I wish you guys, much success over there in Minnesota as long as you're not playing the Knicks. So, I do like both of those players. Keith saying Curry was the spice that makes the Warriors a complete dish. No Curry, no series. Excellent.
Very good, Keith. Very poetic.
Great, Keith. That's awesome. I love that one. All right, Paul, save the best for last.
Of course.
Kurt will be on in a couple minutes. Our New York Knicks, Paul, go up 3-1 versus the mighty Celtics, the 2 seed. The Knicks take 1-2 in Boston. They take game 4 yesterday, come back again. The unfortunate injury puts a damper on the win to Tatum. But we are still up 3-1. We go back to Boston. We wish Jason Tatum a speedy recovery. Achilles do take a long time. I do like Jason Tatum, the player. It just sucks that he's on Boston. Updated prediction, Paul, do I need to ask?
Yeah, let me just say, I said earlier, I feel you always want to beat the best. Jason Tatum is one of the best players in the NBA, not just on the Celtics. But that being said, it's still going to be a tough game tomorrow night. Don't think Boston, with their pride, championship previous year, they're going to go up there and they're going to give it all it's got. Don't be shocked if the Knicks wind up having to come back to Madison Square Garden, still up, but up only 3-2. Boston, they're not going to go down without a fight. So I like the Knicks, probably in 6. I don't think they're going to close it out tomorrow, but obviously they have everything in front of them right now. It's in their hands. They should be able to do it, if not tomorrow, game 6. So let's go. Let's go, New York. Go, New York, go.
Go New York, go New York, go. I gotta slightly slightly respectfully disagree with Paul. I think the Celtics come out hot again tomorrow. Not as hot as they have been because of the loss of their star, but maybe they're up a few points at half. And just like in game 1, just like in game 2, and just like yesterday in game 4, the Knicks have an excellent second half. And my updated prediction, Knicks in 6 is now Knicks in 5. Knicks advance to the finals and wait for the Nuggets or Cavaliers and in the Eastern Coast Finals. So let's go, Knicks. One more advance, take care of business, and we get the home court in the East Coast Finals. And what a place to have a finals than in New York. So there's Ernie. We just talked about the Nuggets, Ernie. We're just finishing up with the Knicks. We're about to get into some NFL. Our good friend Ernie Mays, big follower over there, Denver Bronco Roundup. Ernie will be on in about an hour on Denver Bronco Roundup. Hope to see you there, my friend. And Keith saying if Knicks don't win 6, they're in 6, they're in trouble. Yeah, if it goes to game 7, I'm going to agree that it will be trouble, but I'm taking Knicks in 5. Paul's taking Knicks in 6. And we'll go from there. Anything else? Football, Paul? Basketball, rather.
No, I think we covered it.
All right. If they don't get it in 5, be nervous, Keith's saying. We're getting it tomorrow, I agree. But I'm not nervous back at the Garden, but I do think the Knicks take it. But I do have one more, Paul. Well, I want Kurt to give him a couple minutes to come in. Celtics. I heard today, obviously the Tatum injury is going to take, he might miss all of next year.
Yeah, I heard that also.
The Celtics have the oldest team in the NBA. They're talking about maybe rebuilding the Celtics and getting rid of some of their older players. Some players that came to mind, Porzingis, of course, Al Horford, maybe Derek White, and it's curious to see what the Celtics do here. Do you think they may rebuild or just, roll without Tatum next year because they're still got decent stars on that team?
Yeah, I mean, listen, their foundation players are phenomenal. I think we can all agree with that. But with new ownership, there's a problem with the cap issue in basketball. And that's something that's concerning the ownership. And I think that's going to impact the way they look at it. So if they go with the younger team, that may impact what they want to spend in terms of salaries. So we have to watch for that, going into the future. Listen, they won the championship last year with their star down, probably through 2026. Now's the time, in my opinion. You're going to regroup and go with some younger players. I certainly, as a Boston fan, how do you complain about that?
Yes.
You want to be competitive every year, but there's an understanding that, listen, we've accomplished a lot, and if we have to rebuild, so be it. Every team goes through it, but at least they can say they won the championship as recently as last year.
Yep. I do have one more NBA, and it's a recorded video from Carson's Corner. So I'm going to put Carson on the screen now, and then we will answer his Carson's Corner topic.
Hey, what is going on, K&K Sports Talk Show crew? Hopefully you guys are having a great, fantastic show. Want to give you guys his thoughts and opinions on the NBA Draft Lottery. The Dallas Mavericks got the number 1 overall pick. They had a 1.8% chance of winning the lottery. And considering all of the chaos that happened with the Luka Doncic trade and Nico Harrison, they get Cooper Flagg in the number 1 pick. This is a team that made the playoffs and the play-in game. In my opinion, I don't think any playoff team or any play-in team should have any consideration or a chance to get the lottery pick whatsoever. And if we're supposed to help these young and growing teams that sucked last year, what is the point of tanking in the first place if we're just going to give lottery picks out left and right like they're chocolates? So what are your guys' thoughts on this? Mavs winning the lottery, absolute disgrace.
I froze there for a second. Sorry, guys.
Oh, okay.
We good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So, Paul, yeah, we'll get your thoughts first on the draft. As Carson said, the Mavericks win the lottery with a 1.8 chance. Do you like the lottery the
Yeah.
way it is? Are you okay with the Mavericks winning, or would you rather see like the Jazz or Wizards get it?
I have some thoughts about this. I know they changed the system a few years ago because they felt that a lot of teams were tanking to get a better draft position. Then they started weighing the most lost teams and giving them a better percentage. I still say there's got to be some more integrity in basketball. In the NFL, you take all the teams that are not in the playoffs, and I agree with Carson. The fact that they made the play-in game should disqualify them to get into position for the draft lottery. That I agree with. But if there's a little more integrity involved, I think teams should play out the schedule and you go with the records like they do in the NFL. No one ever says teams are tanking in the NFL. No one ever has a complaint. They use and if there's a tiebreaker, they use it based on strength of schedule. And you never hear anybody complain, excuse me, about the idea that some team is favored, and it never comes up in the way the draft system is in the NFL. Excuse me. That's the way that I would go. And you can disagree with me, but I think it leaves a lot of less variations as to which teams are favored or not. And it gives uh, every team, in my opinion, an equal chance compared to what they do now.
Yeah, I looking at the history, and you don't see many teams repeat with the number one pick, and that's what gets me. What I'd like to see changed is, why is it so secret? Why is there only one person witnessing this lottery? Why can't it be fun for everybody to see when the ball comes up, and see the balls come up as they get picked? You go to bingo, and the bingo numbers aren't hidden from everybody. So why hide the bingo balls in the draft lottery? Not saying it's rigged, but it would not surprise me if there are little things that could be fixed here. You have a 1.9 chance. I looked the last time, 1993. Orlando Magic had a 1.5 chance in 93, and they got Chris Webber. They were the 11th. They had the 11th best chance to win, and they won, and they got Chris Webber. Other than that, 4.4% chance from the Nets in 2000, 6.3 in 2005, 5.3 to the Trailblazers in 2007, the Bulls in 1.7. So it's happened before. 2.8 Cavaliers. Then you had a run of 25% chances. This tells me, and I know how Carson feels because his Pistons were, in the lottery a couple of years. They did get Cade Cunningham, but they had a really good chance of winning the lottery, and they got like 5th. And you talk about the Nets who are picking 8th this year. With the Jazz, 17 games, and they get the 5th pick this year. Maybe you have just the top 4 or 5 teams eligible for the top pick. I don't know. Like, I would change some things. I would not like to see the 14th, worst team get the first pick. That's just me. I don't think, a team that should have been in the playoffs just misses the playoffs and they get the first pick. Kind of hurts the Wizards and Jazz, who are definitely young teams trying to rebuild. I think we have Kurt backstage, so I'm going to bring him in. Kurt, you with us?
Yes, I am, guys. How are you?
Good.
Hey,
Kurt on
how
audio.
are you, Kurt? Good evening.
What's going on? I'm sorry. I'm doing a little shopping for Jen's birthday at the
No
mall
problem.
right now.
No problem. We got a couple. I got one for you, Kurt. Give me rapid fire, updated predictions. NBA, Pacers, Cavaliers.
I'm going to go Pacers in 6.
Okay. Thunder, Nuggets. Tough one. 2-2.
They're going to go Nuggets in 7. Nuggets in 7.
Okay. Timberwolves, Warriors.
Oh, Timberwolves next game.
All right. And then before you, of course, I don't have to answer this one for you. How many games, Knicks? That's all I'm going to ask you.
I'm not. I have no comment. I have no comment. No comment on that. We got to just take care of business.
I got it pinned. I put it up for Graham. Keith said the Knicks don't want the Pacers, Kurt.
Yeah, Keith's smoking a lot of weed out there, because the Pacers, when we get the Pacers, that might look like last year's Pacers Celtics series, if he can remember happened that year. Like with that one.
All right, and real quick, Kurt, because I just finished answering Carson's Corner. Thoughts on the Mavericks winning the draft?
Well, I spoke with Mikey the Mush today, and Mikey the Mush said it was rigged. And I'm going to go with him. I think it was rigged. I mean, you know what? I don't know. I heard something today. How crazy is this? I did hear this on the radio today. They said this would be the ultimate conspiracy. They said the NBA wanted another big star in LA. So they said, you move Doncic to the Lakers and we will promise you Cooper Flag. How crazy is that?
Yeah,
I heard that too. But
I don't know. I don't think it's rigged. But you know what? I like it, because I think they said the last 6 years, the team with the best odds didn't get the number 1 pick. So it did stop tanking a little bit.
Yeah. Pelicans in 19 got Zion 6%. 2014 1.7%. The Cavaliers, Andrew Wiggins 2.8%. The Cavaliers again, Kyrie Irving. And then go them further back, 1.7 Bulls in 2008 and 1.5 Magic in 93. So it has happened before. The only thing I would change, Kurt, show me the lottery. When you play bingo, you see the balls come up. I want to see the balls come up. I don't want it to be.
But you know what? You know what, though? Here's what they said. Alan Hahn actually said this today, because that was a great comment, because somebody said that. And he said that media is allowed to go in there. The thing is, once you go in, you cannot come out. You can't bring a phone, and you can't come out until the lottery's over. But they said that they don't do it. They said they do. So say you're a Nick reporter. You can go in there, but you can't go with the phone. You can't have any communication, and you have to stay behind there until it's over. But they said that people do go in there. They do know, but they can't say anything. But we're not going to see it. We don't see it.
Right. Now, I'd like it to be national televised. Why not? It should be. Couple comments, Kurt. Trevor saying, Ernie saying hello, Kurt. Our good friend Ernie. Hello, Broncos. Kurt. Did I lose you, Kurt?
What's up, Ernie?
Okay.
What's up, Ernie?
Trevor saying, can't wait to see who you put in the freezer if it is Knicks and Pacers next round. And then Glenn, our good friend out there in Australia. Good morning, Kurt, Kenny, Paul. Really impressed with your Knicks. Bridges has really been the glue. Spewing the Mavs won the draft and with Miami's pick, no conspiracy fluke. He is a Miami Heat fan, Kurt, but he's giving us props. You know, his Heat aren't
Nice.
in there and our Knicks are. So thank you, Glenn.
Nice of him.
And, you know, we'll get that rivalry back soon because I mean, like Kurt said, I am a little concerned that they're going to go out in free agent and spend some money. Kurt, your favorite coach of all time, Rick Carlisle.
Hey, cry, baby.
Yep. All right, Kurt, you're on. Can you see pictures if I put them up?
Yes.
We have a special segment for you tonight, my friend. In honor of our friend Graham, who's out there in Canada, in 97-degree temperature today, Kurt.
Wow.
Expecting snow in a couple days, and that's not a joke. That's no lie. Snow in a couple days after 97 today. Imagine that. We got a special. That looks delicious. Canada. You all seen Chopped when they got international? Well, we're going international tonight, Kurt. On a That Looks Delicious Canadian foods. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
And just like Kurt said, let's go. First one, Kurt, is Canadian national dish. And I'll explain what they are if you don't know, for those who don't know. First one's poutine, Kurt. You all love French fries. Everybody loves French fries. Canada put their little twist on it, Kurt. It's brown gravy and cheese curds. It's like a mozzarella cheese or a cheddar cheese. Does that look delicious or no?
No, zero chance. But I always thought the Canadian thing was, I guess it's false, but I always thought the Canadian thing was French fries with vinegar. I guess that's not
That's
true.
another one, but this is their national one, the brown gravy.
Yeah, no chance. No chance.
No chance? No gravy?
Nope. No.
Okay. A couple comments before I continue, and then audience, play along too. If that looks delicious to you, let us know. Glenn's saying hello from Cedar Hill, Texas. What's up? I'm sorry, David's saying hello from Cedar Hill.
What's up, Dave?
What's up, David? Glenn's saying he thinks they should also set the order based on finish of season, not results in playoffs. And updated score, Pacers 65-64. Roy saying hello, Kenny. Paul. Kurt is backstage. Roy. He loves poutine. All right, Kurt, we're going to move on. I think you're going to like some of these. I really do. And I'll explain what they are before you answer. Montreal-style bagels, Kurt. That's poppy seed, loaded poppy seeds on that bagel and loaded sesame seeds. They load the toppings, and they're thinner than our style bagels in the United States, Kurt.
Yes, I would eat that. 100%. That looks delicious.
Right? That looks delicious.
Poppy seed and yeah, I would do the poppy seed and seed.
Obviously, that looks delicious to me. Paul, delicious?
That looks delicious.
And Paul's a big bagel guy too. So yeah, I would definitely try them. Okay, Kurt, we got Rappy Pie. That's a savory pie, Kurt, with like either a beef or a pork, finely, chopped into like a paste, Kurt. Does that look delicious?
No pork for me. The only other pork I did was I told Mike one time to go eat at Maui Dogs in Wildwood, and he wasn't a fan of it. So no pork.
No pork, right? Okay, that was an easy one. Moving on. Teuton, Kurt, and let me explain what this is because I think I may persuade you here. Fried dough, Kurt. You see the butter, and that's like maple syrup or a bourbon syrup. You can maybe do caramel too, but that's fried dough, like a breakfast type of sweet dish if you like to try that.
I would try that.
I would too, Paul. And how about Rappy Pie? Would you eat Rappy Pie?
Yeah, I would. I love pork.
I might try it.
Yeah, this looks like fried dough is like a zeppoli.
Glenn's saying they're good, but they are French, even with the seeds. Bloody Canadians. It is my best. I can't do the Australian voice. I know I spoke to Glenn before. He sent me voice messages, and he's got the deep Australian accent, which we love. The pork looks good. Teuton sounds good from Ernie. And for those who don't know, we do this with Kurt. This is in honor of Graham being Canadian. We do this because Kurt is one of the fussiest eaters on the face of the earth. So we like having this little fun segment with Kurt every once in a while. Couple more, Kurt. Boudin Noir, if I'm saying that correct. That is blood sausage, Kurt. You got some greens there, a little salad on the side, and some potatoes. But nice blood sausage in the middle there, Kurt. How about that? Does that look delicious?
Absolutely not. I'm not touching that.
No potatoes or salad?
Potatoes and salad, yeah, but I don't. The other brown thing, I'm not eating that.
Graham can't wait for the last one. Evil laugh. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. We got a couple more, Kurt. Beaver tails, Kurt. Grilled beaver tail.
Don't waste your voice.
Kidding. I'm kidding. This is the beaver tail I want you to try. I want you to say if this is delicious. I'm kidding. Beaver tails is fried dough in the shape of a beaver tail, spread with different sweet toppings. So on the left there, you got chocolate, like a Nutella.
I would try that,
Oreo
Kenny. I would
cookie
try
in the
that.
middle, Reese's peanut butter spread, and Reese's cups on Reese's pieces on the right. A lot of different toppings you can go with, Kurt. That's the real beaver tail I wanted you to try. No on blood sausage for Roy and Ernie. Glenn saying, well, I'm in the U.S. When I'm in the United States, let's do a live one with Aussie foods. Absolutely. We can even, Glenn, we could set one up with Aussie foods for sure. We don't have to wait till you come to the U.S. We can do it. That looks delicious. Aussie foods in your honor for sure. Get our audience members, Ernie, if you want to come up with one too, California foods or stuff that you like that Kurt may not like.
Fish tacos.
All right, Kurt, I got two more for you. Ketchup potato chips, Kurt. It originated in Canada. You see the bags, different flavor, different brand names. I think Lay's has a ketchup flavor. I've never tried ketchup. Paul, have you tried ketchup chips?
Yes, I have, and they're not bad, I have to say.
And Kurt, would you try ketchup flavored potato chips?
I would probably try one, but I'd probably say I'm not going to like it. But I wouldn't be against trying.
Yeah, I'm with
it.
you. I'm gonna have to try.
It's like putting French fries dipping it into ketchup.
Yeah, and then we got two more, Kurt. I got a special one from Graham because he actually does this. I'll do that one at last. But this last one, Kurt, is going to be different because I know you're going to say you don't like it. But here's the scenario before I put it up, audience and Paul and Graham. Your beloved Denver Broncos, right, Kurt? If you take just a little piece of this Canadian dish, you're guaranteed in the next 5 years 3 Super Bowls. If you don't, you're going to suffer 50 years of no Super Bowls. Would you do this for the Bronco fans, Kurt? Jelly moose nose. And it's a gelatinous treat with tender moose nose as the meat inside there.
I can't swear on the air, but absolutely not. No. Who would eat that? You should be drug tested if you eat that stuff.
Oh man. All right. Well, you can save Bronco Country, Kurt. Graham does this one. You can save Bronco Country if you would take a little bite of this, Kurt. Graham saying, rest in peace, Broncos. We're going to give him one more chance, Graham, because you eat this. Graham puts, come on, mustard on an Oreo cookie, Kurt.
No, I can't. I don't eat mustard.
No little taste. The Broncos are going to suffer. Ernie's saying for 3 Broncos Super Bowls wins, he would do it. All right, fair enough. We got Ernie. Ernie said he would do it. Bronco Country. We're going to suffer with Kurt. You might want to rethink that. And Kurt, just a little taste of mustard on an Oreo cookie.
Hey, Kenny.
Yeah.
My question isn't, would you eat mustard on an Oreo cookie? My question to Graham is, how the hell did you wind up putting mustard on an Oreo? How did that come up?
It was right beside me.
What? It was the mustard was right beside your Oreo, so he said, "Oh, I'll try it."
Pretty much, yep.
Oh my God. Okay.
Glenn saying the Knicks are going to suffer. No, I went Broncos because I knew Kurt was going to say that, and I need our Knicks to win tomorrow, so I knew he was going to say that. But Ernie said he would do it, so Broncos country saved. We got our guy that would do it. So Bronco country, Kurt, you're saved. Ernie said he would do it for you. You there, Kurt?
I'm sorry, I had to mute
I
it. Go
said
ahead.
Ernie's going to save Bronco country. He said he would do it, so you're saved.
Thank you, Ernie.
Trevor, no way. I dislike mustard. Roy, hell no on the Oreo and mustard. Eddie had to switch lives because Kenny is pulling a Kurt from last week, not reading his lives. Am I not reading? Oh, you know what? I'm sorry, I did lose them. Thank you for fixing that. Let me know there, Eddie. Let me try and get your comments up real quick. Let's see if I can find them. But anything else, Kurt? That was a little That Looks Delicious for you, Canadian version.
No, that was great. And I'm just excited. Let's finish this thing off.
That's it. I've got a couple NFL ones real quick. I'll do actually, we're up against the clock. We'll save the NFL for next week. How about that, guys? We'll get some closing thoughts in. Kurt, Michael's saying hello, Kenny and Paul. We got Kurt backstage.
Hey, Michael.
Kurt, we didn't get an intro statement from you, so why don't you give us a couple minutes intro out as an outro?
My statement is this. I don't care about the Nuggets. I don't care who likes the Nuggets. I don't care about the Mavericks. I don't care about the Pistons. I care about one thing, and that's our New York Knicks. Anybody that's in our way, we're taking you to hell down. That's it. It started with the Misfits. We're going to take care of Boston, hopefully tomorrow. And then I want the frauds from Indiana. And then whoever wants to come out west. I am focused. I am fired up. It's been way too long. We've never seen it in person. And I don't care who's in front of us. We're mowing your ass down. Let's go. That's my opening and final statement. That's how focused I am. Let's finish these Celtics off. But I'm going to say one thing. The Celtics, you see how and I hope our great friend Carson's watching. You asked me why I was so fired up with the Pistons. You see, like, these guys are champions. You see Jason Tatum dancing. You see Jaylen Brown dancing. They're not dancing. They're not doing Schroeder stuff. Look in the mirror, guys. That's why you guys are misfits. Nobody wants you. Know your roles, and I'm done with yous. And you know what? Celtics, we're coming to get yous tomorrow. Go Knicks. Let's go.
Before I get Paul's final thoughts, I'm going to read some comments to you and everybody. Keith would eat Oreo dipped in lard for a Super Bowl.
I got one more thing. And I don't want to hear, well, Jason Tatum's not here. Nobody cared last year when we didn't have OG, Randall. We had nobody. We had our misfit. Brunson went out. I don't want to hear about it. You know what? We're healthy now. And I said it. We're coming for everybody whoever's in the way. We're coming. Let's go. We're coming. And we're coming starting tomorrow. Go New York. Go New York. Go. So I don't want to hear anything. Well, Jason Tatum wasn't there. And Eddie Murphy and the Brooklyn fans. And this is for my other Bronco fans because I'm fired up tonight. I don't want to give up draft picks. You know what? Tell Brooklyn, thank you for Bridges. And you know what? I'll give you another 5 picks for him. Let's go, Knicks.
The one and only Kurt Valenti. Real quick, Kurt, I'm going to get some comments in, and then we'll get Paul's thoughts. I want to catch up on him. Kurt, Keith would eat Oreo dipped in lard for a Super Bowl win. Michael is saying hello to you as well.
I'd fry
Kurt,
it first, though.
Let's get this rapid-fire question in for you, Kurt. Kurt, both from Jody, one of our Denver Bronco Roundup horsemen. What's up, Jody? Both are played on the same day. St. John's in the NCAA Finals or Knicks Game 7 in the Finals.
Double screen. That's why you got to go with 2 screens.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's a good response.
Patrick wants the dream matchup, Kurt. Knicks Nuggets. And got a couple more. I do have Eddie's comments saved on my thing. Michael saying Pacers came back and winning. Glenn, Celtics will fight like no tomorrow to stay in. Let them come out hot, then fizzle out. I said that earlier, Kurt, just like Glenn said, I could see them getting off to a hot start, but without Tatum, it's not going to be as hot. And then in the second half, they'll fizzle again because they'll be burned out. No excuses for Tatum. Miami beat your Knicks with Butler in one leg and no hero. No excuse for the Celtics if they're making excuses, is what he's saying. Keith saying, if you had tickets to one, Kurt, rapid fire, St. John's or Knicks game 7?
Knicks game 7.
And Eddie's lost comments that I lost out on. Why not, talking about the draft picks, why not a tournament for the top pick? Eddie's saying the mall. Kurt, did you know there's an Amazon? And then he's saying that the disco fries with the poutine. And then with the bagel, he said that's an everything bagel. And then he's saying about the beaver tail, spread it with beaver guts. Only the one and only Eddie Murphy. Our Eddie Murphy, not that.
Hey, for the draft lottery, maybe the fans should vote for. Imagine having the fans like a lottery, like we want to see who goes to Dallas and who goes to here and stuff like that.
Yeah,
something different.
But anyway, Paul, your final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up the show.
Great show, guys. Kurt, glad you finally able to make it. And Graham, thank you for all your hard work. Thanks, everybody, for your comments, questions, responses. Always a pleasure, Kenny, as my brother from another. Certainly a great night to discuss all sports, and especially the That's Delicious Canadian version.
Yeah. I got a rapid fire for my final thoughts, and then I want to thank the audience. Rapid fire, Kurt. Who do you want the Broncos to face in week 1? Schedule releases tomorrow.
I saw something. I don't know if it's true. It said Broncos at Houston, so I don't know if that's true, but that's what somebody was leaking. You know what? Just give them to me right out of the gate. Let's end it right now. Let's get them right now. Bring them to Denver. Bring Mahomes and that broken down Chief team, broken down quarterback, and just set the tone right from week 1. Why do we got to wait? And then we put them away Christmas night. Give me Kansas City week 1.
Audience that are Bronco fans, you guys get to answer too. Glenn wants Broncos Commanders. Kurt, Paul, who do you want as a Giant fan?
Speaking of Commanders, that's exactly who I was just thinking. I want to be at home. Let's open the season. Rivalry. We owe Washington back. They beat us twice last year. Hey, let's start off with the win at home and show some dominance. And with Russ at starting quarterback, let's take the Washington Commanders first game.
Ernie wants
Paul, real quick, on that same leak where it said Denver at Houston, it had the Giants at Seattle week 1. But I don't know. I think they're going to be divisional games, so I don't know how true it was, but it had Denver at Houston and Giants at Seattle. So it'd be Russ going back to Seattle.
Oh, wow. Huh.
We got a lot of answers. We got Ernie saying the Texans, Kurt, for the Broncos. Keith.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. It wasn't. It was the Giants at the Raiders. Okay. I'm sorry. I don't know why it made me think that. Giants at the Raiders is what
opening
it was.
Game?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Keith wants Broncos at Colts. Glenn wanted the Commanders. Ernie wanted the Texans. Michael wants the Raiders. Put a donkey on their website. And for those who don't know by now, K&K Sports Show, Giants fan, but I'm also co-host on the Denver Bronco Roundup. Let's get it week 1, Giants at Broncos, but also get Manning versus Manning. Monday night, ESPN. Let's do it, Kurt. Let's do it, Bronco fans. Let's do it, Giant fans. Giants at Broncos, week 1. What do you think, Kurt?
Yeah, I take that.
All right, I want to thank everybody out there in the audience. Great show. Again, guys want to come hang out with me, Keith, Jody, 9:30 Eastern time, Denver Bronco Roundup. Giants beat the Raiders 40-10 from Ernie. Thank you, Ernie. Appreciate that. Let's go. But yeah, thank you, everybody. We'll see everybody next week. Schedule release tomorrow, official schedule release. We'll see where our teams are playing in their schedule. And let's hope we have a good schedule, a favorable schedule for each of our teams. Have a good night, everybody.
Let's go,
Good night,
Knicks,
everybody.
and be on the outlook. Once we beat Boston, live freezer.
Hopefully Sunday. Let's go. Have a good night.